All right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. You guys saw the thumbnail. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all of these quarterbacks now. As you guys know, Aaron Rodgers is reportedly out for the whole season, and the Jets are quarterbackless because if you have Zach Wilson as your quarterback, you have no quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it might have been a good idea for them to keep Mike White, but it is what it is. They have no quarterback, and the quarterback that they do have is flat out garbage. So for next year, not for this year, for next year, if Aaron Rodgers says, you know what, I don't want to do rehab. I don't want to really play football anymore. I lost the passion after hurting my Achilles. I'm done. Here are some great replacements for Aaron Rodgers. And what I mean by great is, are they going to win the Super Bowl if they get these quarterbacks? No. Maybe one of them, but other than that, no, they probably won't win the Super Bowl. But for entertainment value and maybe even making the playoffs, these are quarterbacks that they could consider getting. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to start off first with number one, Jimmy G. Listen, anybody who knows me, Jimmy G is average. You know what I'm saying? He's average. But just hear me out. Jimmy G won the Raiders a game Sunday. And people are going to be like, RJ, what does that have to do with anything? I honestly believe the Raiders are trying to tank. They're one of the teams trying to tank for Caleb. So if Jimmy G is going to go out there and win them 3-4 games, I might take him out of contention for Caleb Williams. So what if they bench Jimmy G or make up some fake injury and trade him to the Jets for, I don't know, second rounder, fourth rounder? I mean, it's not like what are you going to get for Jimmy G? I mean, a box of cereal would be better than having Jimmy G on your roster, especially if you're trying to tank for Caleb. Look out for this, especially since isn't Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh was the defensive coordinator when Jimmy G was there. I know that doesn't mean nothing, but he probably knows Jimmy G and probably likes Jimmy G. You never know. They can have that connection there. Maybe Robert Saleh can fire, what's his name? Nathaniel Hackett, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back and hire one of those offensive coordinators for the 49ers to bring Jimmy G there. But, I mean, that's something to look out for. Number two, Taylor Heinecke. Now, anybody who knows me, that knows that, I mean, I think Heineke is a pretty good quarterback. Is he great? No. He's kind of like maybe a polished up version or better version of Case Keenum. But Taylor Heineke did go to the playoffs in 2020. Now, granted, the Eagles gave him that victory. But at the same time, Taylor Heineke went to the playoffs, and Taylor Heineke's not a bad quarterback. I mean, Taylor Heineke was better than Carson Wentz. The Washington started winning when they benched that bum Carson Wentz and put Heineke in there and almost made the playoffs. Now, granted, you have Ron Rivera, who's an idiot and who is living off the morals of having Cam Newton carry him for 5 to 6 years, who benched him in the first place. And number two, Taylor Heineke plays pretty good. And especially if the Falcons believe in Desmond Ridder, who I think is a bum, but if they believe in Desmond Ridder and, the Jets are like, you know what, Taylor Heineke is maybe a average to above average quarterback who can maybe get us into the playoffs, and you never know. Maybe Taylor Heineke. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. He's actually pretty good. He was better than Carson Wentz last year. That's the reason why the Washington missed the playoffs. If Washington starts Taylor Heineke, maybe they sneak into the 7th seed instead of starting that bum Carson Wentz. Moving on. Now, this one is the wild card right here. Well, yeah, this one's like the big if. Jordan Travis from Florida State. Now, everybody who knows I'm a Florida State fan. I love Florida State. And Jordan Travis is in the Heisman race. Jordan Travis is starting to make a name for himself. Jordan Travis, besides maybe Caleb and maybe Deion Sanders' son, but I believe Deion Sanders' son is staying for another year in Colorado. Jordan Travis is one of the best quarterbacks in this draft. I honestly believe if the Jets can get enough draft picks and try to get up to that second, third, maybe fourth pick, they can go get Jordan Travis. Jordan Travis has the talent of Tua Tagovailoa. The only difference is he doesn't get injured. He does get nicked up here and there because he is mobile, but he literally has the talent of Tua Tagovailoa. And did you see what Tua Tagovailoa has done for the last couple of years, especially on Sunday, beating that overrated bum Justin Herbert? If the Jets could trade up and get Jordan Travis, I would do it. You put Jordan Travis in this offense with these weapons. Now, granted, you have to fix that offensive line. You're going to have to fix that offensive line. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But the draft, you go get Jordan Travis, you draft some offensive linemen, maybe sign some offensive linemen. That could be a possibility. Watch out for him. And also, for anybody who watches college football, watch out for Jordan Travis. Moving on. Here's one of the ones I just thought of before I made this video. Kirk Cousins. Shout out to my boy Val. I don't know if he's watching or not, but he brought up a good point. Kirk Cousins, his contract is up after this year. And especially if the Vikings miss the playoffs or have a disappointing season, I think they'll let go of Kirk Cousins and maybe try to go get one of these young quarterbacks in the draft. What if Kirk goes to the Jets? I mean, what if Kirk goes to the Jets? Now, once again, I said before I started this list, these are quarterbacks who, the Jets can put on the team to give their fan base some hope. Maybe Kirk Cousins. You never know. You like that? You know what I'm saying? But let's get the mentions out of here. Number one, I heard Colin Kaepernick's agent said, he's interested in playing for the Jets. I highly doubt that's going to happen. I would love to see it. I would love to see it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I would love to see it, but, it's probably not going to happen. That would be hilarious if they signed Colin Kaepernick right after 9/11. That would be hilarious. But Cap can't even play on my high school football team. It is what it is. People are throwing out Tom Brady. I mean, it would honestly surprise and shock me. I think Brady's done. You know what I'm saying? It would be hilarious if Brady came back to the Jets and tried to beat Belichick and just whooped all over Josh Allen like he did before he left. But I highly doubt Brady is coming back to the Jets. I think he's enjoying retirement. And isn't he part owner of the Raiders? How can he be part owner of the Raiders and come back and play for a team that's in the same conference as the Raiders? I don't know how that's going to work, but it is what it is. But here's the main event. Here is the main event that you saw in the thumbnail. Kyler Murray. This is not out the possibility of realm. The Jets, if they can get a lot of draft picks and go get Kyler, especially if the rumors are true. If the rumors are true, the Cardinals are tanking for Caleb. Why not get off of Kyler Murray? I mean, besides Quentin Nelson, who else are the Jets paying? Dalvin Cook's on a 1-year deal. Alan Lazard's getting peanuts. Garrett Wilson, you have to play for another 2 years. Same thing with Sauce Gardner. Besides Quentin Williams, who else are they paying? Breece Hall's still in his rookie contract. You could probably, you probably can't resign Dalvin Cook. But maybe they go get Kyler Murray. Maybe they'll get Kyler Murray. The Cardinals get a win, maybe get a lot of draft picks and try to get that first overall pick if they already don't have it, or get a lot of draft picks to build around Caleb, and they get off of Kyler Murray's contract. I mentioned this to my boy Val, and he was like, that's interesting. And I just honestly kind of thought of it off the blue, and I wanted to get that out there. Like, what if they trade Kyler to the Jets out of the conference team, talented team who wants to compete, and the Jets are like, you know what? Maybe we can compete with Kyler. Maybe we can rejuvenate him. Maybe they can go get some offensive coordinator, not named Nathaniel Hackett, and rejuvenate Kyler Murray. You never know. You never know, especially with the speculations that the Cardinals are trying to tank for Caleb. And people are like, well, how can they tank for Caleb and no one's going to take that contract? Maybe the Jets will take that contract because they still have a young team, a team that they're not paying besides Quentin Nelson, or Quentin Williams, whatever his name is. Quentin Williams, I think his name is. And they try to compete with Kyler Murray. Now, do they win the Super Bowl with Kyler Murray? No. But once again, it's the Jets. We have to remember this is the Jets, just end the season Jets. This is not the smartest organization out there. They haven't won since the 60s. There were still colored water fountains back then. But at the same time, man, just look out for that. Just honestly look out for that. But that's my thoughts, man. What are yours? What's your thoughts on my list? Do you see any of this happening? And who do you think could be a good replacement for Aaron Rodgers? RJ out.